Okay, I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. It's 7:02, so we'll go ahead and get started with the meeting. Call the meeting to order. The first thing is we'll have the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and stand up here for the next presentations. For you guys that don't know who I am, I'm James Bryan with the Mayor Pro Temp here for the town of Talking Rock. And I can't say enough how grateful I am that you guys are coming here today. We've got a lot of great individuals that are supporting the town. Come on in, Steve. You're jacking it up already first. I'm really excited about this and how we move forward. So, again, I do appreciate it. And the one thing that myself and the council members really like to see is the involvement from the town as we do our council meetings, as we do volunteer work, things like that. I can't say how grateful enough we are for you guys to do it. It really says a lot about our town. It really says a lot about our people that live in the town and the adjacent neighbors from our town. I really do appreciate that. For a lot of you guys that are fully aware, just in the last few months, we had decided to do some improvements for the town because we had the unfortunate incident last year of having a flood and things like that. And some of the great things that have happened through that is that we've created the opportunity for new businesses to start. And as you can see, just in this strip right here, things are starting to turn over and develop and mature and get better, and it's exciting. I'm not saying that that wasn't that case before, but it's our responsibility to continue on those things that have happened in the past. If you've noticed, we've done some improvements on the train cars. We got the train caboose cleaned up. We established the Hawfs, started a new business here in the last fiscal month. And so we have some new businesses that are going to be starting. So I'm excited about it. The brewery has done very well. And so everybody's fully aware that tourism is our number one thing here. We're so small in population and size that the opportunities that we have here from a business perspective have really increased and improved, and I'm really excited about that. 99% of the people in this room right now have volunteered some way, somehow, to include the council, to include myself, and there's been a lot of lessons learned and a lot of things a lot of great ideas on how we can move forward. And you can't do those types of things when there's not the type of revenue that this town has at this point, so we have to rely on volunteers. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to acknowledge some great folks. Now, when I acknowledge this, it's a small token of the biggest thing that you guys have possibly done. So no award, no acknowledgement is ever going to equate to the level of volunteer that you've done. I can't say thank you enough. I need you tomorrow to help continue volunteering. But this is my way of saying thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you on behalf of our town council. You guys are the ones making the change, not us, you guys. So I can't tell you how important that is as we move in the future of the town of Talking Rock. We've got a lot of great people and a lot of great things that are going to happen. So this is just my little bit of appreciation. So Mary, can you help me with that? We'll do it alphabetical order. It's the first line, or it's the second line at the top. And then we'll have that individual, if you're here, to come up, and then we'll take a photo.
Well, the first one is me.
Me? Come on. You wouldn't know if you saw Mary. She's all cleaned up. She took a shower today. She's a biker. Her and her husband Dan just came from Sturgis. They partied. good.
Oh, yeah.
But she made it back. Dan made it back safe. But I will tell you, since Mary has joined our council, my email box has increased 90%, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a great thing. But I do appreciate everything that Mary does. She will drop what she does to help you just like that, her and her husband. And as a neighbor to her, I'm grateful for those type of folks because they actually really care about their surroundings and where they live, and they're trying to give back, and that says something a lot. It really does, and I'm very grateful. So it's a little bit of small token. They all say the same thing, but it's in recognition of the extraordinary contributions as a volunteer in your contributions here for the town of Talking Rock. We're going to do this a lot, and it probably won't be the last one that Mary receives, but this is a little gratitude, and on behalf of the town of Talking Rock, I can't thank you enough, and I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to do photos?
Yep.
All
All right, awesome.
Thank you, James.
Thank you. Next one.
Sir. My husband Dan bring it to you.
Dan, come on up. So Dan is a quiet individual. He's got like 1,000 motorcycles. But again, I've told you, he's just a great American and a great addition to the town of Talking Rock. And these are the type of people that we look for. Not someone that just comes in and does nothing, really says, hey, what can I do to help the community? So I just appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Try to get over here. I'm looking for the cue.
Picture. Well, how are we going?
Picture cue. There you go. That looks good. I'm trying to get the seal, between y'all's heads.
Thank you. Thanks, Dan.
Elena Bryant.
Okay, Elena and Hunter, you guys both can come up
And
here.
Hunter Bryant.
So, 75% of my joy comes from these two. They are both high school students here at Pickens, and they started doing volunteering. They still have more to do, but it wasn't hard to ask them to come down and help. Hunter was really excited about it. But I do appreciate those two doing it. I didn't force them, right? But they, as well, have God in their heart, and they know about civic duties, and they look forward for their future responsibilities as leaders of the world, and what they can start to do right now to shape themselves as young adults. And I appreciate, not only as their father, but as the mayor pro temp of the town, I do appreciate it so much. So thank you, each of you. Awesome.
Miss Mary Hawf.
So Mary and Tony will do, we'll put the married couples together.
Okay,
Makes it easier.
perfect.
Time goes by. Again, as we have grown through this town, here's some new additions as well. They've been here for a couple years now, and everybody's fully aware of Tony and Mary. They've really leaped forward in our town businesses, and they've done some amazing things. Again, they volunteer their time at a drop of a hat. Anytime you need something, they've done it. And they're really, really a bright light for the future of our town. So just a small token of our gratitude and your volunteer. I appreciate it. Mary.
Thank you.
Tony. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Do you want to say something, Mary?
No, I'm good.
Didn't work because we were there.
Yeah, that's
Steve.
Steve and Audrey.
Audrey is not here.
Okay.
Yeah, I should grab her.
So once again, we're in a position where it's such a small town that we have folks that have their own businesses, plus they serve on the town council, plus they do other volunteer stuff. So Audrey, who is not here,
She's at rehearsal for the next play at
See?
Hater Patch.
they're constantly doing things to help out Pickens County and our town, and they're just great Americans, and I can't say enough. And it's been a pleasure since I've met them, and look forward to continue serving with them. So congratulations.
See you, look at me.
Awesome.
And look forward to Taylor Patch's next production, Nonsense Jamboree, first weekend or last weekend in September.
We have Stephanie and Dan McBride.
All right. Come on up. So another great thing is that we get to meet new folks for the first time. So I've met this great couple here tonight. I've heard so much great things that they've done from a volunteer perspective. Again, they care about their community and they care about their fellow neighbors. And this is just a small aspect of what they do. So we look forward to it. And from the town of the Talking Rock, I really do appreciate it. It's great Americans like you that make things positive and things that happen for this. So you should be very proud of yourself. And it's really in your heart that you do great things like that. So thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Did y'all want to say anything?
No, we're good. Marion Mark McDonald.
Miriam, Mark, minutes. All right. Okay. Again, same as before, great Americans don't even live in the town, have a business, and they do phenomenal things. Both Mary and Mark not only volunteer their time, but they've also been one of the major contributors for our planning our Heritage Days. So again, everything, as you can see, intertwines with how we run our town here, volunteers, running their own professional businesses. It really says a lot about those individuals. And they are concentrating on doing selfless service. And selfless service is the key to the future of growing things. So I do really appreciate both of what you guys have done. I look forward to working with you in the future. So, Mary, Mark. Awesome. Do you guys want to talk?
Debbie and Kevin Nordest.
So I was in the Army, for you guys that are not aware, I was in the Army for 28 years. I used to stand up in front, thousands and thousands of people all the time. And I used to be nervous, but now it's like... Kevin and Debbie, first time I got to meet them, but I've heard so many great things from everybody here. Again, I appreciate everything that you've done. It says a lot about, you know, the ability to have folks like you come down and make our town special. And that's really what we want to do. Again, you folks are the only reason why we are succeeding and moving in the future. So just a little bit of an appreciation and token. You guys do have to talk, though.
No,
Yeah.
thank you. It's great.
Thank you so much. Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Mr. Thomas Quinton.
I use on the bridge.
Thomas. All right, Thomas. Great story with Thomas. Is everybody familiar with Thomas and his story? All right. You are going to have to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us why you're here today.
I'm here because I volunteered some time through my business. I'm a lifelong resident of Talking Rock. Been here all my life, and I'm really proud to see what this council's doing and the improvements. Really looking good. I spent a lot of hours volunteering myself in the 90s and the 2000s here to get the town going, and but I'm really proud to see how it's going, and it just kind of got in my heart to get involved and do some work for the town. Maybe we can do some more stuff in the future.
So for the folks that are not aware, can you tell a little bit about your father?
Yeah, my dad.
He sounded like
Oh yeah.
a beautiful person.
Yeah, he was. He was a lifelong resident of Talking Rock. Lived here all his life. Actually worked for Coca-Cola, which was in this building in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. And they moved from here and went to Jasper, and he moved there, but he retired from Coca-Cola. And when he retired, he still had a love for the town, and that's when they talked about building the park. And Dad got real involved in building the park, and then he was actually the first maintenance guy that kept the town, the grass mowed and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
And he really loved Talking Rock, and that's why the park was memorialized for Dad. He was a great individual, and he really loved Talking Rock, and it just it makes my heart smile to see it going in a good direction, because that's what Dad would really liked it.
So we've had planning commissions or planning committees to see what we could do improve it in the town. Thomas, on the other hand, he reached out to us. There's a marble, call it a statue or a placard that has his father's name on it to memorialize his contributions to the park. And Thomas reached out to us and volunteered his time at no cost to clean that. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Mary, who does our social media, posted those pictures, had an enormous response of sharing that, and night and day. I mean, where have you been? You should have did this years ago. And Thomas is going to do it now every year. It's absolutely beautiful. But again, generational. You can see how someone who cares so much about the community continues with the legacy. So the great thing about being a new resident here is I wasn't aware of your dad, and I apologize. But now I know, and I'm excited to be a part of that, and I wish that I would have been able to meet him. Those are the type of individuals that the town of Talking Rock needs. We're going to get them back, and you've started it, so you've continued that legacy. Your dad would be totally proud of you.
I hope so.
You know he is. So we appreciate everything you did. And if there's anything that we can do for you, you let us know, because you squared us away. And that means more to me in the world.
No problem.
Awesome. Thanks, Thomas. Is that it?
No, the Carvers? Carvers, no. Buffy.
Okay, awesome. All right, so is that all my volunteers? We've had some folks.
The Carvers. Oh, Menards. I'm sorry, the Menards. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, Mary owes you lunch.
I didn't. I owe you lunch. I didn't recognize you. I'm so sorry. Brett and Russell Menard. My apologies.
Awesome.
My apologies to you in recognizing.
Again, similar story with Thomas. Their volunteer hours, they reached out to us as well and helped. There was a co-planning there.
Mary Hawf knows.
Mary Hawf, that's right. And they did pressure washing, right? Yes. And they did a phenomenal job for that again. So I appreciate all the efforts for that. Can't say enough. Hopefully you do it again for us, because we have so many other projects. But it's great. And do you have your own business right now?
Yes.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit about
Well,
it?
it's complete exterior wash services. In fact, we clean Tate. Right now I'm getting the Lee Newton Park ready for the Marble Festival as well. So we stay pretty busy with county stuff. We love Pickens County, and I've been in Heritage Days forever. I was a scout leader, and we made, if you come a lot, we were the ones that used to do the Dutch oven pies with the ice cream. That was us. So we did those for years.
So you're going to do it this year?
No, we're not doing it this year.
Why'd you tell me you did it? I'm excited.
Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah. So they did phenomenal. If you need that type of business, please, let's promote within. Use local businesses. That's what grows our revenue. That's what keeps the money within our communities and the county and the town. So please, if you need those services, it's recorded. You can see it. Please reach out to them. And again, thank you so much for what you did. So, Brett, Russell. All right, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. You guys want to speak?
No.
Any other volunteers that we've missed? We had some.
I was just gonna say, we should probably say thank you to Pickens County also, who has done a lot for this town recently.
Chamber of Commerce.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Chamber- Yeah, I'm sorry, the Chamber of
Sure,
Commerce,
ladies,
yeah.
Mary, stand up, tell me
Oh,
what
God.
you think, yes.
Oh.
And some of the
Sorry.
things that they've done, we've talked about it, I know that they've done a lot of
Well, they've
things.
done a lot, so they're doing the flags for us, if we ever get the lights, but
Yep.
they've already, ordered those for us. And they did brochures for Talking Rock, and Mary made them up and they printed them out. And then also, they got him to come down here and pressure wash.
Sure,
I mean, the Pickens Chamber has done a lot, and they're asking, what else can we do? Like,
Sure.
They're helping with the signs for Talking Rock.
you know, I'll speak for the ladies here. One of the things that we've done since, and not to say anything about the past, we're moving forward. So now we are bridging the gaps with the counties, the Chamber of Commerce. A lot of people are wanting to work with the town. And again, that has nothing to do with me. That has to do with you guys. That's the involvement that you've done to promote that. And so we are so grateful as a town, as the leadership, to be able to accept that and help us learn, help us grow. And anything that you can do for that. So I really appreciate what they've done, and we're in a world of gratitude for that. And I do appreciate that. So thank you so much for that. Anything else? Okay. All right, so for you guys that are not aware, I was in the Army for 28 years. And one of the things, if you've been in the service, you do this thing called Hell and Farewells. We promote folks that come new, and we honor the people that say goodbye, right? And Buffy, if you can come up, please. I think I'm going to start crying. No. Yes, I will, but no. Everybody knows Buffy. Awesome American. I love her to death. And her husband here with her. Buffy, I've known Buffy going on 5 years now, and when I first came and asked to be a part of the town, I got a seat on the town council, and I served here the last 4 years. I met Buffy the first time, and she's different from everybody else. Very, very cordial, very nice, very sweet, really wanting to help me. I've never seen her not have a smile on her face, never seen her upset, and she gets pissed off a lot, but she really does amazing. She's been back and forth as our town clerk, and personally, me, James Bryant, words can't describe how grateful I am for this individual. She's the one that I trust the most. I've said that publicly, and I'll continue saying it. She's done a lot for our town, and she doesn't even live in the town. She knows everybody. She knows people to call, people to work with, and she's really there to support us. Unfortunately, she's going to move on to bigger and better things, and she's done with the town. It's a good thing and a bad thing. But I am grateful that the town council is grateful for what you've done, all the times that you've came back. I think she's phenomenal. And this is the best part of my responsibility, is acknowledging people that really give a crap, really care about doing the right thing, really helping me out. I didn't have a lot of transition, and I've always been able to rely on Buffy. And I've told you all the time that I never can explain it or show you enough gratitude. But I can do it a little bit. I wanted to make sure that when people leave, they're recognized. I need you to understand that's very, very important to me, because their legacy will continue. We'll talk about Buffy a year from now in all good intents and purposes. But the legacy that she did, her responsibility, will always remain in this building and in this community. Okay? It says Buffy Holcombe from January 2022 to 18 August 2022. She was here years before, but I begged her to come back when I took over as Mayor Pro Temp, because I was lost, and I wouldn't have been able to do the things if I didn't rely on her so heavily. But I say, in recognition of your outstanding support as the clerk for the town of Talking Rock, Your leadership, commitment, and dedication have been truly flawless. It was a pleasure working with you. Your departure will be greatly felt. Your support to the members of the Town Council have been a major part of our success, and we appreciate all that you've done. You will never be forgotten. Thank you for being an integral part of the town of Talking Rock. We will miss you, and we wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors.
More photo ops. There you go.
Awesome.
All right.
And so for me, as James Bryan, I wanted to show my gratitude. I'm not going to take you out on a date, you're already married, but a small appreciation from my wife Jeannie and I to say thank you so much again. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's non-date.
Okay, you have to say a few words.
Oh, I do?
Couple words.
Okay, I can. You know, I always got words. I do want to just say thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's, Town of Talking Rock is a beautiful little town. I know you'll do great. It's just, I've got too much on my plate to continue. But you guys are great. I will miss y'all. Y'all ain't seen the last of me, I'm sure, but but your towns, y'all are doing a great job.
We gotta get our propane.
Yes, I know, they're coming next week. We'll get you taken care of. Yeah, so I'll still be around. Thank you.
One last round of applause for Appreciate that. Okay, next on the agenda, we have the pleasure of introducing Frank Leist. He is with the county, the project manager for our Veterans Memorial. If you've seen that in Jasper, he is asked to come and speak on the behalf of the expansion. So if you give us a few moments of his time.
Anyway.
I can move over.
Huh?
I'll move over here if you want. Where are you gonna be?
About here, and then I'll stand over there. Just see it from there. Okay. Well, first, thank you very much for allowing me here tonight. I've had a busy week. I've been to Nelson on Monday night. I was at City of Jasper today, talking to the city manager, and real successful. But a little background on who I am. I'm Frank Leist. I'm with the Veterans Memorial Park. I'm a veteran of 22 years in the Army. Sergeant Major, retired after all those 22 years, traveled the world, and landed here in Pickens County 16 years ago. And this is where I'm going to stay and settle and be at the Veterans Cemetery when the time comes, because this is the greatest place to be in Pickens County. It really is. So after those 22 years, I had to get out, and so I had moved on to a staffing services and administration. That was my background. It was 75 Zulus, we call ourselves. And I worked with this talent company that had the Coca-Cola account. We talk about Coca-Cola today. And I did the Olympics. They pulled me in and said, hey, we need a project manager. We want you to do 95, 96 Olympics. We want you to go find 200 people and bring them in, and we're going to make them mechanics. They're going to fix the Coke machines. They're going to do everything there. So that was something I did for 2 years. A lot of fun. I call that the highlight of my civilian career. So when I left them, I went to Emory University as a recruiter. I was down there for 8 years. Loved it. And we were down in Henry County. Anybody familiar with Henry County? Yeah, loved Henry County too. Watched that place explode in 20 years that we were down there. That's why we came up here. And when I came up here, I got real fortunate driving back and forth to Emory, 67 miles one way. I saw this little hospital sitting over here called Piedmont Mountainside Hospital. And I walked in and said, hey, do you need a recruiter? Because that's what I've been doing. And that's what I did. So after 13 years, I was with Piedmont Hospital. I was a recruiter. I was the HR manager my last 3 years. That's a little bit of background, so you'll know where I am. But now that I'm retired somewhere, what you want to call it, retired more than I am now, I'm doing full-time veterans things. I belong to the American Legion Post 149. I belong to the Marine Detachment. My grandson was a Marine, and so I'm kind of an associate member with them. And so I deal with that. But our own organization came about 8 years ago. We became a nonprofit organization. There was a vision that was held by certain veterans, and they wanted, hey, why are we not recognizing our veterans of Pickens County? And so that got established. We were very fortunate with the former mayor and the former city council county commissioner that allowed us to have the land. Does anybody know where the Pickens County Veterans Memorial Park? Please don't tell me no, because I get real upset after all these years that we've been doing it and all the publicity I do. But yeah, so we started that, and took us about a year and a half, and we have gotten that as the Veterans Memorial Park. And we're real fortunate that the city and the county supported us. So when I say this to you, I say that this park belongs to you. Each one of you in this room, that Veterans Memorial Park belongs to you. It's Pickens County. So I always talk about that. I want to make sure people understand that. So we have visions. And what built that park is what we call the Bricks of Honor. Anybody familiar with the Bricks of Honor out there? We have Bricks of Honor, and that's how we do it. We have veterans Bricks of Honor from everywhere in the world. As long as you're a veteran, you can be out there. We got our first K-9 brick out there. We had honored him because he served 2 tours in Afghanistan, landed up at Fort Benning. The ex-military man will know what I'm talking about. 75th Rangers, came 2 tours in Afghanistan. And then he retired from there and came up here, and he worked with the Pickens County Sheriff's Department as a drug dog. And then he passed away. And when we found that out, we decided to place him out there. So he's out there. So I got bricks out there from Alaska, I got bricks out there from Minnesota, I got bricks out there from North Carolina. We just put 12 bricks out there today, this morning. And we have now 931 bricks of honor there. So that's what that is. So the second vision came up, and we wanted to do something. What did we want to do? The vision was, now let's get back to Pickens County and veterans. Y'all familiar with the monument that's in front of the courthouse? Okay. If you don't realize it, there are 55 names of Pickens County veterans who died. World War I, World War II, the Korean War, the Vietnam, and of course David Collins is out there. He's the only Afghanistan soldier that we have out there. So we wanted to honor, because everything when I got here 16 years ago, all veterans activities, events were held in front of that monument. And so when we built the Veterans Memorial Park, we want to make that park inclusive, meaning let's have everything where it's at, because that's where all the events are happening at. That's where we have Veterans Day. This is where we'll have the September 11th, Patriots Day. We have those kind of events. So we wanted to take that monument and move it to the park next to it. And so that's our vision. You're seeing the copies that you have there. And it looks like a dog tag. You're all familiar to being a veteran. And so we're going to take that monument and place it in the center star that you see here. That's our plan. What we're also going to do, if you remember the tablets that you see at the Veterans Memorial Park, we're going to put the tablets back out there again, marble tablets. But in front of the tablets, we're going to do graphite, granite, facial uniforms of the uniforms of that era. So, and their names are going to be on the bottom of them again. So they'll have names on the monument, and they'll have names on the granite. So we'll circle that up with the tablets.
So let them see it too.
Yeah, okay.
Me too.
Sorry about that.
So
So we're going to do that. And so when you go around the tablet, you'll have those uniforms of World War I, World War II dressed out. And that's the plan. So we have it. We'll have benches around there, what we call our marble benches that we have on the benches. If you've seen those 6 benches we have, we plan to put benches around that also. So that's our plan. That's already established. We've got all that taken care of. And so what I'm doing now that I'm going to all the cities, trying to get you all involved, is fundraising, because we can't do it alone. I've gotten grant money. I was very fortunate. Amicola last year gave me $20,000 toward this project. The thrift store. Do you know about the community thrift store? That is one outstanding group. I do now volunteer work. I do pendants, because I figured if they gave me $30,000, I need to give them some time. And I'm over there on Wednesday for 4 hours. And I've been there before giving things, but never been inside the store. So it's interesting to sit up in that store for 4 hours and see what they have in that store. But anyway, so they gave us $30,000 already. 2 quarters, we were real fortunate. And so I've got money from ETC. I got $5,000 from them. I've got Georgia Power sending $1,000 and some other organizations. So not everything's going to work out on grants for obvious reasons. And then donations. And so what we're doing is what we call our gold level, which is the marble bench again that you can put out there that will circle the monument. And you can have your name put out there. And we're marketing those at $2,500. And then we also have a logo for the little bit small business that we'll do $750. We'll take your logo and put it on the edge as you're coming out of the park. That's our plan. So That's why I'm traveling everywhere. I hope to be successful. We have about $70,000 right now. We're thinking it's going to run us about $90,000, give or take. It's really all flat. It's not going to be as loud as the other one. So we're getting close to what we need. So, I don't want to embarrass you now. You're the council here at Talking Rock. But I did go to Nelson on Monday night. And they paid for one bench. You can witness that for me. They gave me $5,000 for a bench, even though the bench was $2,500. So that was a commitment I got on Monday night. Today, I saw the city manager. I thought Sonia had to go to the council because I asked her, do I need to see them again? And she said, no, I got the power. She donated one bench for the city of Jasper and also a logo for the city of Jasper. So I'll let you know what I'm doing there. I just want to make sure the cities were included because, again, I repeat, that park belongs to you. So that's what I'm here for. Questions?
Awesome.
Of course, we're a nonprofit.
No, let me see that
Tax
for me.
deductible.
Thanks. Hold up my video, thanks.
Okay. Questions? Anyone? Did I take up too much time?
No, that's awesome, Frank. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll sit as a council and talk to see what the possibilities are.
Fair.
But I appreciate you offering that. Is it possible that you could be involved at our Heritage Days and have a booth and set up and see if you can get donations from that?
I can easily do that.
Absolutely.
From the budget. Yeah.
So,
There's no problem. I can set that up. I do it all the time.
so you were saying that Nelson had paid for the Gold Star level marble bench, and that bench establishes the city of Nelson?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Like it'll say, right here, it'll say.
Exactly.
Here.
Exactly. There's 30 characters that you can put on those benches. And all of this work, marble benches and all done by Blue Ridge Marble in Nelson. They actually did all the work that's done in the original. So all the marble that you're seeing is coming from there. We're doing the same thing. But I'll let you decide how you want to do it, but I appreciate your time. That was really what my whole cost. We didn't do it the last time. I was not part of it. I was still working full-time at the hospital. I was kind of in the background doing websites and things, those kind of things, and voicemail and emails. So I was kind of doing that in the background. Somebody else was taking care of everything else. So they did not go to the cities when they did the first. I had insisted, you belong to Pickens County. You know, you're not, here's the other interesting, when you're talking about the K-9, how many veterans do you think are belong in Pickens County? How many veterans are in Pickens County today? What do you think the numbers are?
Quite a few.
3,000 from the last census that are in Pickens County. We are the largest capacity for veterans in this county, in the state of Georgia. 3,000 veterans. But I can't tell you where I can find them.
Well, I know where you
I can find 200 or 300, yeah.
Three of them are right here.
Right. But I'm serious. There is 3,000 of us.
Yeah, it's a great thing. My dentist here in Jasper donated a brick on my behalf, and that was super cool.
Dr. Gilwood?
Yes.
Yes. He actually has given us 7.
Yeah, and that was 2 years ago. So
Yep.
it's a great place, and it's a great thing. So I'd love to be involved in that any way we can. I'll definitely look at that, and then I'll reach out to you.
Yeah, and just for further information, just for the sake of knowledge, we were allowed to have the property where we're at now, next to it, all the way up to 53. So the vision for 3, I hope I'm still alive, is a piece of equipment. If I hear about another tank or an helicopter, that's where that plan will be eventually down the road, whenever that happens. But we gotta get this done first, and then talk about a piece of equipment.
Awesome.
That's the plan. Okay. Any questions? Sorry.
No,
Did I take too much time?
No, you didn't. Thank you so much, Frank, for calling us and coming down, and please don't hesitate to do it again.
Thank you for your service.
Frank,
Sir.
across the street there, we got a veteran sign in that train car. You can go over there and sign maybe before you leave.
Okay, well, thank you very
So
much.
there's a big flag in the back. Got a bunch of signatures on.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we're moving right along. Next on the agenda is approval of the July 2022 meeting minutes. I'm sure the council has seen that. Go ahead. Thank you. All right, you guys have seen this. Do I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes for the month of July?
Make a motion that we approve the 2022 July meeting minutes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry, do I have a second?
Now second.
All in favor? It's unanimous. Carried. Okay,
We signed all these?
we signed the one.
Oh, just one.
Yeah. Next is the approval of the July financial report. Again, I can't emphasize enough, we've really, Buffy has done a phenomenal job really cleaning this up. Everything is dictated for the citizens of the town. If you have any particular questions, we're going to post this. You can also request it in a public records form. Starting next month, we'll show that. But as the mayor pro temp, I don't see anything that's in question for this month. Do I have a motion to approve the July financial report?
A motion that we approve the July financial report.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Okay, so unanimous. Okay, so for the 5 accounts that we've had, I've briefed this in the past, our general operating account as of today is $237,000. Our museum fund, school is $1,000. Splosh account, $17K. FEMA funds accounts, $1,800. And the American Rescue Plan, $13,000. Okay. Next on the agenda is Jerry's summary of maintenance. Jerry, if you can just give us a little for the past month.
Oh, just, we got faucets out at the park over there in the men's room. It's a single faucet. We got to replace it, replace the floor, and for some reason it started leaking again. I tried to rebuild it this evening. I don't know, it's bruised or something. I think, no. But, other than that, we're just grass season.
Oh yeah, we've had a lot of people acknowledge that you've done a phenomenal job. They have marked that it looks really great around the park area and the responsibilities for where we mow. So it's a great job on Jerry. Jerry's another one of those great Americans that he just texts real quick. He'll drop what he's doing, he'll get it fixed. And he's one of the major contributors of what we're doing here for the town. So I appreciate everything that you've done.
Thank you.
It's done good. Okay. Next for old business, Heritage Days update.
Sure. We are on track for a successful event. We have vendor applications continue to come in. We just had about 5 more today. We do need more. I'm not gonna lie, we need more vendors, both food vendors and merchandise vendors. Continue to reach out via social media, phone calls, emails, and we'll be going to the farmer market and handing out applications. So I'm confident that we will get plenty of vendors. I do believe that it is a last minute thing for these folks. We are on track for securing all the necessities such as the porta potties, the entertainment such as axe throwing, bands, bouncy houses. We have secured our volunteers, our wonderful volunteers, again going back to volunteers, have secured sponsorships from the community. We could still use more sponsorships, but we have sponsor money coming in and pro bono, such as Community Bank of Pickens County is providing ATM machines at a value of $500. Ag Pro is providing a tractor for us. I don't know the value of that. The tent folks are going to be discounting their price by $500. And I'm sure there's more that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. All that to say, we're on track. We have a lot to do. We're getting down to the wire. However, we're a month and a half out. So we're going to start meeting much more regularly and get this done.
Roger. Yeah, there's we really need to get the word of mouth out, really push out trying to get more vendors here. We have a lot of extra activities that will be surrounded by the vendors, as Mary was stating. We met with a gentleman that is going to provide us with tents. So we're going to have really nice tents, and I don't think we've had that in the past at this size, but we have with so many food vendors. We'll have seating. They're donating a major discount on the tables and chairs, so I think that's going to be really professional looking out there. We'll be encompassed with all the vendors. Bounce houses for all ages, a couple bounce houses, and then we procured a axe throwing. It's like a cage. They're going to come out and set it up and manage it. So there's going to be other opportunities, plus all the stores will be open with all the vendors. So there's a lot of things that we're going to have with the music and some other things that we're going to work on. So looking forward to it, but we want to get as many people as we can involved. We want to really get more vendors down here. Again, the theme, as Ms. Cagle and I were talking about, is this historical perspective. If you've noticed, we have several of the antique stores here. We want that vision, we want that theme. So we want those type of vendors to come down to show us some things that we've had in the past with the hit and miss display and old-fashioned food, pies, things like that. That historical type feel is the celebration of the town of Talking Rock, and that's what Heritage Days represents. So we're looking forward for 2022 and hopefully knock it out of the park. Cool. All right, thank you. Next, new business. Because Buffy is leaving, we've already established a new town clerk. Her name is Dawn Carver. Unfortunately, Ms. Carver wasn't here this week. She was out of town. She's been transitioning with Buffy for the past month, and she will be starting next week. So we look forward to having her on site and starting supporting ourselves as the town clerk. So most of you guys have met her previous, so looking forward to it. Next on the agenda is we have an open council member seat. So as of last month, Melissa Weaver officially resigned. She provided that resignation to myself and Buffy. So we wish her the best of luck. And after talking with folks, I made a recommendation on who I feel that would be unprecedented access or an advantage for us to be here for our town. So I've invited Linda Cagle, who has been a part of our town council, not only herself, but her late husband. They have been with the community for up no years, and then she's helped me with my transition as well, and so we look forward to it. I think everybody is working in our working groups and what we've talked about in the last couple of months. Everybody's fully aware of Linda and her capabilities and her experience, and we appreciate it. So do we have a motion to have Linda take over the empty seat for the town council?
I make a motion that we let Linda Cagle fill the vacant seat for city council member.
Awesome. Do you have a second?
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, it's unanimous. So, Ms. Cagle, if you could come up, Jeff will swear you in. Jeff, do we need to stand?
No, you don't have to.
Okay, awesome.
We get out of the light.
Yes.
If you will just raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully perform the duties of council member of this town and that you will support and defend the charter thereof, as well as the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia and the United States of America? All right. Congratulations.
Awesome. Right there, Linda, that's your seat. We are so excited. We are tickled to death that Linda is a part of this. We're excited. She's like an encyclopedia. Every time I speak to her, she tells me about the past. And that I'm a historical buff. But within my responsibility, it's so great to learn how we've got to where we are today. And she's the type of person that I need to help me. I can't do my job, and that's what I've been looking for a long time. So thank you so much.
I'll try hard.
I know you will. You'll do awesome. You'll do awesome. Okay, Next on the agenda is our building inspector update. Mr. Hawf.
I think as far as permits, I think we did get one new permit in Talking Rock. I think that gives us a total of about 5 now. I think we closed a couple COs last month, a couple people moving in the Meadowlands. And I guess that's about it. There's Dusty's still working on the building up front there. Slowly, I see.
Pray that I get the time.
So we're really excited about that. I did, we talked earlier about the wedding venue. I did have a guy today, Zach Bennett. I don't know if you guys know him. He's building a house up the road. He wants to put a wedding venue on his property. He's got 130 acres up there. I told him we'd have to look at it and see. So that was pretty interesting. We'll have to look at the zoning, see what he can do there and what we can get for him. But that would be, he's got a really great property up there. Be really good.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, sir. Next is our town improvements update. Again, we've continued to improve on the town based on the things that we had voted a couple months ago. We have that incorporated in our budget. Once we approve our proposed budget, we'll be able to work that in, but we're still on target. One of the major things that you've seen since our last council meeting is that we got the caboose painted. And that was a phenomenal job by the individual, Randy. He did a phenomenal job. If you look at it, it's just changing the night and day. And those are the types of things that we wanted prior to having our Heritage Days. So we've had a lot of great comments on that, and then the improvements that we've done around that. So now we still have to work on some of the safety things and some of the things we're going to do with the town hall. We're going to get the town hall painted. We're going to use Randy again. His prices, we provided those to Tony. His prices are totally different from the other estimates that we've received. So we look forward to that. So again, you can see those differences, and you can see those improvements, and then also the improvements for the individual business owners really is starting to change. So really appreciate that. Next on the agenda is the latest on the local option sales tax. So for you guys that are not aware of that, we're in the 10-year window to renegotiate from the county's perspective and the associated towns or the cities. City of Jasper, Nelson, and Talking Rock. 3 weeks ago, we had our first meeting, and we go in and we negotiate for the percentages for the lost. This is new for me, so I'm more of in a listening mode, but I've spoke to Jeff and I've spoke to other folks. I spoke to Chris Stansel on explaining some of our infrastructure issues and some of the things that we want to go, what's the importance of our tourism and why that lost money is important to us. So we have the county representing us in a good light. I think they are ensuring that we're being taken care of. Unfortunately, there was 3 meetings that were planned. I attended the first meeting and Tony attended the second meeting. The third meeting was canceled from the county, and Chris Stansel had sent out an email and posted it on social media that unfortunately now we're in mediation. So that's where we're at, and the county's taking the lead on that. So if there's any developments or updates of that, I'll let the citizens know. We've done it on our social media. I don't know how long that process will take. And so I'm still learning and just working with Chris on any way I can in the county to provide any information or whatever we need to do as a town. But the county is ensuring that we matter and things are helping out for us. Okay. Awesome. We have 3 additions to the agenda, and I apologize. So this is some of the administrative stuff, so I want to knock this out. Because Buffy is leaving and Donna's taking over, we have to vote on the signature replacement for Dawn at the bank, and then the credit card. Okay? So the first motion, or the first topic, is to basically remove Buffy from the signature responsibilities at the bank and add Ms. Carver. Okay? So do I have a motion to accept Don as the new signature for the bank for our funding.
I make a motion that we accept Dawn for the new signature for the bank for our fund.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, there you go. All in favor? That's unanimous. All right, awesome. I'll pass this around for everybody to sign. The next one is the credit card situation. Okay, so for the town clerk, I'm going to allow for our town clerk to have a credit card on behalf of running our business. She is the only individual who have that credit card. Those purchases are pre-approved in our financial reports, but we are going to sanitize that and make sure that one individual has it. I, as the mayor pro temp, will not have that. So we need to have a town clerk because we've had situations where a lot of businesses will work with us locally with checks, but when we're purchasing things that are online or out of state, it's challenging to do that. So we're going to establish that. Okay. So do I have a motion to approve our town clerk, Don Carver, to have a credit card in the name of the town of Talking Rock for official business?
A motion that we approve John Carver for the credit card for town business.
Awesome. Do I have a second? Awesome. All in favor? All right, so unanimous. Okay. Everybody will have to sign that as well. And then Don. Okay, so that'll happen immediately when Don gets back, and we'll be good to go. All right. Lastly, an update. I was able to talk to Jeff, and I wanted to put this on the agenda. Or two things. I forgot. I apologize. I missed something. Item D, and I have that posted too. All right, so budget 2022. So what that is we are going to provide a proposed budget for 2022. Yes, it is August. I got it. For 2021's budget, it was under investigation. That's all I can say. It's under review. So I was allowed to mimic the previous 2021 budget for 90 days. Unfortunately, I failed as my role as the mayor pro temp, and I did not continue with that or rectify that after those 90 days. So I've established a proposed for the budget for the remainder of the year. That will be published in the paper, and we will have a public hearing for 1 September at 7 o'clock here in the chamber. Myself and the council members will be here. So we'll have to get that established in the paper for the next couple of weeks. We will have the public hearing on the 1st, and then our next council meeting, which is on the 8th September, we will vote on it. Okay? We will post that budget on our front door. We will provide that for any citizen that would like to see a copy of that, and it's based on the line items. You've seen that before. If you have any questions or comments, please reach out to us via phone or town clerk or my email at mayor@talkingrockga.com. Okay? Any questions? Okay. So lastly, what we wanted to add was we have a citizen in the town of Talking Rock that wanted to request a variance based on the 5 acres that we had voted on previously. That individual has applied for the variance application, and we've received that as of yesterday. Our lawyer has informed us that we have to publish that in the local newspapers for 15 days, 2 consecutive runs. So if I do that this week, or I do it as of Monday, 15 days, I would be able to hold a public hearing on that individual and the variance application on the 1st of September. Did I say that all correct? Sure. Okay. So not only are we going to have, and we'll publish it in the paper, not only are we going to do the proposed 2022 budget on 1 September, we will also add the variance application review, questions on the same time. So 2 topics for that public hearing. Does that make sense? Did I say that all correctly?
Can we still have the 15 days?
Still have 15 days. Yeah, if I started tomorrow, 15 days is 1 September. Yeah. Then if it's all good to go, then we'll vote on that on our next council meeting, which is the 8th September. Okay? Any questions on that? And it'll be published again in the newspaper for 2 consecutive weeks. And Jeff, do I need to post that as well on the front of the building? Okay.
You can if you want to.
Awesome. Anything else I missed? Good? All right. Before I ask for a motion to adjourn, I appreciate it. This was awesome. Really appreciate the amount of folks that showed up, the volunteers, our time with Buffy, Jeff and his legal advice. You guys are really doing phenomenal, really making this thing easy. We welcome Linda. Look forward to working with her and supporting this. This is what we wanted, a whole new, fresh town council. So I really appreciate all the efforts from everybody. Do I have a motion? Again, the next meeting, as you can see right here, next council meeting is Thursday, 8th September, 5:30 for our working group, 7 o'clock for the meeting. We will have, again, that public hearing on 1 September. I'm asking and inviting all the council members and myself to join that meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion. I'm hungry.
It was a long one. Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
All in favor? All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.